What's up, everybody? My name is Latrice Monet, and you are back at the One Woman Show, if you didn't already know. So, it's been a minute. You already know. Charge my head, charge my... Yeah, charge my head, don't charge my heart. Yeah, it's been a crazy, couple weeks with the holidays and stuff, but we're back. So the last time that I talked to you all, I mentioned that I was going to be talking about a business related story that I've been following, and it's something that I want to start incorporating on my channel because I'm in retail, in fashion. And so for me, I like to be just kind of aware of what's going on in the industry. And of course, I advocate for any person who is in any profession to be up to date on what's going on. Because it just helps with making decisions and just kind of being aware of the dynamics of whatever. The first word that comes to mind is marketplace, but whatever the whatever your setting is, just to kind of be aware of what's going on. Okay, but before I get into that, y'all know I like to give messages before I start off with whatever else I'm talking about. So the message for today was I was driving through, coming back from the grocery store, and I saw that there was a person that wanted to come out. I mean, traffic is crazy. So I saw that a person wanted to come out from the side street. And so I had left enough room, but the only thing that they saw was the car that had blocked them directly in front. So they're honking and they're upset. And I was the message that came to me was, they don't even see that they have space to go through. They're just so, wrapped up in being upset and I guess, irritated with the other person. And I mean, it's just how often are we so upset that things don't look a certain way or don't go a certain way that we miss the space, the opening for us to actually move through and to to fulfill what it is that we're trying to do. And I mean, eventually he realized it, but it took him a few minutes, and I just thought that was interesting. It just is it honestly was a reminder to me to be aware of all of the opportunities that are available to me, even if it seems one is closed or the one I wanted didn't happen. It's just maybe it'll come back around, or maybe that wasn't the right fit. So just wanted to share that. And now on to the next part, which is the retail portion. So the story that I've been following is actually the one with Shein. And if you aren't familiar with Shein, it's a fast fashion clothing company. They sell women's and men's clothing. I think they even might sell home goods or just decorating things, but they have a ton of stuff that's available, and it's really cheap, and a lot of it's cute. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's cute. And so of course you have things that are low cost and they look good, they look similar to the stuff that you see on the runway. People are interested. So they've grown really big over the past few years, especially during COVID. People were at home shopping online, so they made bank. So recently I read that they actually bought Missguided, which is another fast fashion company that's located in United Kingdom. And I honestly wasn't surprised about that because I don't know if anybody else saw it, but Missguided actually had a show on Hulu a few years back, and they were showing just all of the things that they had to do to run their business. And they had actually hit a hiccup prior to the show, I think, where they lost they lost an absurd amount of money. I don't know exactly why, but they lost money. So they was trying to make sure that they didn't lose it again and regain their customer base and their following and engagement and all that kind of stuff. So, and it's interesting because I remember watching the show, and this is just a little side tangent on Missguided, but I remember watching the show, and they had decided to wrap one of their black cabs, and this is no shade, no tea to Missguided, but they decided to wrap one of the black cabs, and black cabs is the yellow cabs in New York. but they decided to put the logo on it. And a lot of, when I went to London, I saw that a lot of companies actually do that. They'll put their branding on these cabs, so you know, as you're out in the city, you might see them. But I remember thinking like, okay, you know, how is this sustainable? Like, how is it that you wrap your logo on a cab and then like you get, is it gonna like provide the return that you are actually seeing in terms of the investment? Because I think to wrap one of those, it was like $200,000 or something crazy. So I remember thinking that, and so it's interesting that now Shein has bought them out. So that's probably like a relief for them, because it's been, you know, sort of an uphill battle in terms of maintaining and sustaining their business. But anywho, so Shein has done that, and they've also made a deal with Forever 21 where they've, and some, I mean, if you're looking for, there's a lot of companies that do like these partnership collaborations where, you know, one company will buy stake in the other company and vice versa. So Forever 21, Shein and Forever 21 has struck that type of deal where they bought shares of the other's company. And then also they're coming out with a collaboration, a line of clothing that they're both going to be collaborating on. And Shein has even done a pop-up, I want to say in Canada, but they've started doing pop-ups in Forever 21 stores, which I think is a really good idea, because it also allows them to get into stores without the overhead. And maybe they're sharing some of the overhead because they have shares in the company, but not, you know, nearly as much as Forever 21. So I think that Shein has a really good strategy going for themselves, especially in terms of growing their market in the UK and Europe, and also tapping into Forever 21 that has, you know, been a part of, you know, US fashion and, you know, in general. I'm saying, you know, a lot because I'm trying to think at the same time, but I'm thinking that they're going to be able to grow really fast over the next couple years, just because of those two partnerships or those two business decisions. So I wanted to kind of just go into that. I like to nerd out and to read stuff, so I love to share what I learn. And I will definitely be continuing to watch Shein and their growth. And so I think that'll be something for all of us to be paying attention to, because ultimately their production and, you know, overproduction of clothes, essentially, you know, it affects the environment, because producing at that rate, and then also to where people are only wearing them one time, maybe twice, and then donating them, and then those donated clothes either end up in a landfill or getting shipped to Africa and getting like burned in piles. So yeah, that's a whole like rabbit hole that I can go down. But it'll be interesting to see how they navigate the environmental standards that they've set for themselves, and also the potential impacts and how much money they're gonna make, because they're about to clean up shop. But anyway, that's all I have for you all. I hope that you have enjoyed my message and also the business segment. If you did, let me know in the comments, or also please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see y'all later. All right, bye.